All right, banks. Here's a problem, okay? Biggest problem I have is I want you to think, please, please, I need you to listen, I need you to learn, get out that tablet and pen so we can begin. Banks, they got the money. You want the money, you drive by them every day. You ever thought about robbing a bank? I'm sure you have, we all have a little bit. How do they get the money? They borrow from the feds, federal government, times 10. They dissect it and they give it times 5 to us. So understand money, location, business. Problem we have with most of you, sorry, I'm going to just be very honest and blunt. You're not ready to be an entrepreneur. You're not ready, okay? I realized this years ago. Not everybody's an entrepreneur. Not everybody wants to be in charge, take care of all the pain, the employees and customers, and all that pain in the assets. Running a company is a pain. It's like everything goes right and everything goes wrong. Good days, good minutes, bad minutes. So what I realized back in the 80s, when I started getting my soldiers, because I have the escrows, I like doing 50 things at once. I guarantee you I can out multitask anybody I ever met in my life. Anybody. Man, woman, I don't care. I got 2 computers going both on my desk, and I'm using both hands at the same time because it's just me. So I don't really want you to be an entrepreneur, most of you. Some of you, yeah, that's that coaching I help you do. I'll coach you and I'll get you like David or Lloyd to the 12, 15 million to billion like I did Elias. I made Elias a billionaire in 94. Billion. So I'll understand. Some people want to control and get all the goodies. A lot of people, they're just fighting to survive. You see, trying to be an entrepreneur, what are you going to do? What are you going to invent? You know, all the information that's out there today. There's a lot of BS out there. So banks. So let's think about something today. Bank of America announced last Thursday they're closing another 3,800 locations. Now they've closed over 11,000 so far. So it's like back here. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, US Bank, Chase. Now I used to have the most beautiful handwriting in the world. I really did. And the reason I can do this doesn't hurt because the knife went into this hand. Right there's a big scar. I actually gave my own cells, my own stitches at the time because where I was left in a different country, I had to stitch myself because I had a shot in the shoulder as well. Kind of sucks when your own government wants you to die because you're an orphan. But that's another story. So let's understand something, okay? Banks, okay? B of A, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, US Bank, Chase. Those are the 4 you're going to look as primaries. I know you get all these other people getting money, blah, 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 other ways. I want you to focus. Our goal is to work within the system, okay? Within the system. This is live. You got questions, we'll open the mic, answer questions as well. Okay, but again, it's going to be up to you. You see, I got my first million when I created something called Car Finder as a kid. Then I basically did a couple other inventions as well, and got known for that as well too. I was just making money. I was creating things because it didn't exist, because it was fun. So guess what? To believe it, receive it. To believe it means I'm going to believe on something and I'm going to want it as my goal list. To receive it, I have to pray for it. All I know is prayer works for me. Ever since I was 4 years old, 100 million billionaire companies. It's not hard when you know how to play the game and connect the dots. So when I wrote down see it, believe it, go get it, that's all I've ever done. I don't know anything else. I don't know how to fail because I don't give up till I win. Your problem is you give up because it's easy, it's hard, whatever it is. Running a business is a pain in the ass at. When you took that money from the family, the SS what? N to the SS4, you go, hey, we're going to make money. You second guessed everything you did, but you didn't plan the problem. You didn't plan the problem. And that's the problem that I see with everybody. Because the reality is we all have oh shit days. I wish I could say it a different way, but the reality is I think we can all relate to oh shit. I lost my job. Oh shit. I couldn't find a new job fast enough. Oh shit, I can't pay my bills. A year later, oh shit, my credit sucks. See, you took your credit and you make it stink all the time. Sorry, all right, you got to realize a couple things, okay? You make the bad credit drag on because you don't know what you're really doing anyway. I'm a realist, okay? All I know is I'm having fun helping the world, and that's what I'd like to do for you if you allow me to. But again, it's a choice. I got lucky when I got credit cards in the mail. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It came in the mail. I spent $10 for a corporation. That's all I did. Back then, most of you, all right, because you're 45 to 75 years old, you got credit cards in the mail. You remember that in the 80s and part of the 70s? Came in the mail. With Crocker Bank, Security Pacific, and all these other banks. What did we do? See, they didn't teach us about credit. By the way, they don't teach you about life until you live life and fall in your assets. I believe anybody can go to school and pass the test, just memorize the test. That's easy. I was always 4.5. I was doing extra work. I mean, it's easy. Hell, I didn't even have to think about it. I just did it in my head. There it is, simple. I figured everybody's like that, right? But I guess not. So understand, I want you to focus on everything you want today. I want you to see it, and I want you to make a list. I am bored as can be. I've been bored for years. Bored, okay? This is child's play. This is like, I'm just like, it just doesn't excite me anymore. What excites me is helping people, turning them into what? Not an entrepreneur. Auto income. See, half of you, sorry, you're lazy. You want it for free. You don't want to get off your assets and go get it. The other half want to work for it. But then most of you are not good for an entrepreneurship. You want to get the money, but you don't want to do the work, because you do the work, you get your assets kicked. Nobody wants to feel like they failed. Nobody. For me, failure is not an option. I put so much pressure on myself. I'd make sure I read 15 books, 20 books a week. So I was my worst enemy for me, to make sure I didn't screw up like you. Sorry, that's just the way it is. I'm one of the few. I'm not one of the many. I don't want to be like you. I don't want you to be like me. But I do want to clone part of me in you. Now, I'm kicking the kick. What can I do? I became a janitor at 4 years old in Torrance. The man came out there yelling and cussing at me. We don't give free lessons away. Get in there and clean the place. Yes, sir. Yes, Aaron Norse, Chuck's brother. You see, who do you think was teaching me? Even Gracie's going over there to Grandpa. All these other people. Everywhere I moved, I learned another study. I became a janitor. I ate out of a trash can. Kind of sucked. But understand, I could do something nobody else could do. Even Ed Parker yelled at me. I kicked in the tree branch in his backyard. He came out, he walked through the damn screen and threw it on the ground practically. He's going to kill us all. All right? We don't kick above the waist here. Yes, sir. Whatever you say. This is your house, sir. Whatever you say. You see, I could just do something other people couldn't do, and I didn't realize it. I'm kicking the door jam. I'm 10 years old. I'm kicking the basketball hoop. T-Wicked Junior High when I was 14. I kicked the damn light and hit my head. I got a big gouge here to this day. The light's only 13 feet. Not possible. All I know is I wanted to get out of hell, and I was born in a taxi, and she threw me in a friggin' trash can and didn't give a shit about me. I didn't get a mommy and dad like most of you. And half of you treat it like it's terrible. I said, no, it's the best thing you ever got. But I want to see it, believe it, go get it. Goodies. For me, it wasn't easy. I worked my butt off one weekend. I did it almost every weekend. I sowed seeds, clackers, and mowed yards. $1 for the front, $2 for the back. I came home. I was so exhausted. I was proud of me. I did it. I got $52. Wow. That mean woman's eye went red and says, "You paying rent." Who the hell makes an 8.5-year-old kid pay rent? But all I had was the books. That's all I had. Going back to the library. All right, studied. How do I protect money? Savings bonds. Okay. I bonds, double E bonds. So I was trying to protect money, and I learned it a long time ago. I don't put things in my name. I never do. Because I think that's something you do. I call that stupid. Sorry. See, most of you, you're going to die. We're all going to die 50 years from now or whatever happens. You're going to leave a little bit of money, maybe a house or some goodies, and your family's stuck into probate because you're being stupid. Stupid. You should have spent $30. See, the legacy is what I studied as a kid, the Kennedys, the Gettys, the Fords, the Dodge brothers. They left their children the organization to take over. When they took over, there's no taxation. None of us want to pay tax, but we have to when we own a house. That's fire, police, road, and school. We pay 7 taxes per gallon of gas in California. We're the most taxed state in the world, it seems to be, or the United States. And we have idiots running our country. We have Gavin Newsom. I like to take outside and spin kick him a couple of times, but it's not illegal to do that. We got bats who just fly away on a bat. Goes on a damn vacation when there's going to be a fire coming up. We all know when fire season's coming in California. See, we got problems. None of us want to pay tax. But we have to realize we're not in charge. The IRS is, the state is. We have to conform to what they want us to do. The difference is I have total recall on most things, an IQ of 203. I write with both hands and talk at the same time too. So what happens? I understood that borrow money is not taxable as a kid. I've been teaching that to most of you rich and famous people. Borrow money is not taxable. So when I got to be part of the witness protection program and help them a little bit, because I like you through the front door, that was just me. I got to meet Ken Yarborough, security chief at TOW Spear, and I got to train him later on. Okay, so what do we get to do? I've been around a long time. This is my 49th year. This is my last year. Next year is 50. I'm done. I am so done, I'm done. I'll broadcast once or twice a week or so. That'd be fun. I got my junior and senior coach going to take over. But I broke a promise to my wife 4 years ago. She wants me to retire. I don't get a paycheck, sweetheart. She goes, you know what I mean? See, I don't get a paycheck. Haven't had one for 40 years. I don't need one of those damn things. Why would I want one? But again, it's simple. To me, this is not work. This is fun. Okay, that's why I do it, because I'm having a kick. But again, I love telling people what to do. But for me, sorry, I don't want to say it the wrong way because you'll take it wrong, but I like being the smartest son of a biscuit in the room. And that's usually in most cases. I was even on a government list once. I was one of the top 1,000 smart people in the world. Oh, well, what can I say? So let's have some fun. You're not ready to be an entrepreneur. Maybe you need to just be basically an investor. Maybe instead of investing to the 401k or stock or all the crap you're trying to do, maybe you'll learn that Warren Buffett that had root beer float years ago. Maybe you'll learn what Elon Musk does. Maybe everyone else like Mark. All right, is that Cuban or is that whoever? On Facebook and Twitter, or diddly-do. Or we got Meta now. Let's change the name again and again. They finance everything. They don't take paychecks. Why would they do that? So if we could learn to listen and turn these up, we have a way to help every one of you, the entrepreneur, the investor type, or the one who's got shitty credit or all the above. What do? We go back to Bank of America. Bank of America, okay, their parent company never creates a lot of liability. They own branches. See, they have a corporation owning corporations. It's called a subsidiary. So when they bankrupt, understand, they signed a 100-year lease, 100 years. They bankrupted, okay? That means they wiped out the debt, okay? They took the assets and the money and walked away. They were off on their taxes. So when they make a good, bad, or shitty decision, they get to get a tax benefit. And you make a shitty decision or screw it up, you bring the pain home. There was no difference besides you didn't learn how to listen and learn. So we look at this. Wells Fargo, the same thing. Wells Fargo is the most indicted bank on planet Earth. You check it out. They've been indicted $100 billion, $100 billion, by the way, because their employees steal identity. Mine twice, I was in a damn coma. These shitty employees should have went to prison. That's RICO, racketeering, and wire fraud. Somebody should have went to prison, but nobody did. Simple. They did the same crap. See, these are lines of defense, U.S. Bank, I helped Gail bring U.S. Bank to California years ago, in part of the late 80s and 90s. See, they weren't charting another bank. The only reason you got Chase in California in the first place, they bought Wachovia and Washington Mutual. California doesn't charter other banks. You don't understand that, but I'll explain it a little bit to you. So that's how they got here. Now, they're a Delaware corporation, okay? Delaware. So let's understand. You get ding-dongs out there going, you need Delaware, Wyoming, and Nevada. You need to incorporate your state you live in. Your state does not want you to circumvent them. You're not in the profit zone yet. Until you're there, incorporate your own state. See, you don't need Nevada until you get to profit zone. Don't you realize I'm the guy that wrote the rules for that? I've sold 10 times Nevada Corp to anybody on this planet to this day. 2009, it was the largest registered agent in the world. Wyoming, what the hell's written now in Wyoming? Because it's cheaper? Hell no. Nevada, yes, when you're in the profit zone. Delaware, hell no. They changed disclosure and tax. So we understand, what do? You're getting confused. Your goal should be focusing on, do you want to be an entrepreneur, which I'd rather have you get auto income first, and then do what you want. That's the goal. We look at these things, and what happens is these are subsidiaries. They bankrupt whatever they write off in their taxes. Your problem is your lack of knowledge, is your stupidity. You're not stupid, but damn it, you follow stupid all the time. And I'm sorry, but that's just true. So they can screw all these up. They're not out of business. Wells Fargo, the most indicted bank on planet Earth, hell, they wrote it off. They write off the indictment and the money they have to pay. They just screw the consumer more again in his way. So what do? You had choice. 3 divisions of you. Why did you not learn that? See, these goodies you hear here are simple. They're not in my name because I'm not stupid to put it in my name. Every time I ever put something in my name, someone stole my shit. Everybody was screwing me left and right. Everybody I ever knew. That's why I quit making friends. I don't have friends. I don't want friends. Because not one of them ever was really a friend. So I keep to myself reading my books because I want to be a puppet master. And that's my fun. The goal, creating something that doesn't exist, solving a problem. As Steve Jobs said, I was the greatest lateral thinker he ever met in his life. Whatever meant for him, God rest his soul. The government wanted me to solve problems too. And that was fun. So goodies, I like goodies. You like goodies? When I wrote Winning the Game of Business, I was 16 friggin' years old. Don't you understand? Can't you turn these suckers up? I already had millions in the bank. Millions. I wrote on page 6, paragraph 3, cash flow for you per time. I own that. Even though someone steals my shit. Again, it's like basically the blueprint of success. I own that too. Because it stop using what I created. It's ridiculous. But I already built my $1 million castle in Illegal, California. Why not? I didn't have a house when I was a kid. 24 times had to move. Since I was 11 and a half years old, a lot of shitty people. That sucks. Watts, Torrance, Long Beach. You got to kick it or run. Hell, I'd rather just die than run. That's just me. So if you're going to win the game of business, quit trying to be an entrepreneur until you get auto income. See, even entrepreneurs go bankrupt all the time. 87% of businesses fail. Why don't we focus on auto income first and then free up your time and do what you need to do? Well, that's what I believe you should do, but it's up to you. But again, as we play the game, you could have had 3 divisions of you. You have an SSN, which equals an SS5 form. SS5, write it down. You don't even know this. No one wanted to teach you diddly squat. They want to keep the consumer stupid in paying tax. But again, what do we have here? Every one of these can have an SS4. SS4. All right, let's think. Let's think, what if I have a little shit day? What about the wife, the husband, and the kids, and the family? Oh, shit. See, the reality is you're going to listen to the truth if you want to listen. But it's oh, shit. You see, bankruptcy code is, I'm not here to be an attorney. Federal Protection Act, bankruptcy. The only thing can file bankruptcy is an SSN, SS4. You decided to be the duck and the sheep. You decided to be a duck and a sheep. Maybe you let me turn you into a millionaire client. Let's say I have 34 million of those. How about a billionaire? I got 34 of those too. I like turning people into millions and billions. It's fun. It's a kick. It's a game. Especially the ones that don't think they can do it. When you get them auto income, hey, Ray, do me another one. Ooh. So again, corporation. Here's our problem with you. I want an LLC. An LLC is a limited liability company. It's not a corporation. Some idiot saying that on one of the apps. An LLC is a limited liability company / corporation. Dummy. I hate these people thinking that they know what they're talking about. Okay, oh, I got an S corporation. Oh, goody. I got a C corp. Goody. I got an LLP. Goody. Oh, I got a PC. That's professional corp. I don't give a damn what you got. Do you understand that? All I care about is a corporation's a legal person per the Supreme Court. Until you make enough money, who gives a shit? Until you make enough money to be taxed, all right, corporations aren't taxed till they're profitable. So the foundation is what you need to build, but it's up to you. 1984, I had a problem. It was simple. I got a letter in the mail. It says that I have to pay $800 to $1,000 per corporation in California. Now, I was born and raised in a taxi in Gardena and all this other areas in California. This is where I was born. This is my state. This is where I'm born. So the reality is they're going to what? Charge me what? Are you kidding me? I own Shakey's Pizzas, 31 flavors, donut stores, Subways, shopping centers, condos. I'm building all kinds of stuff. Havasu, Big Bear. And I got to pay what? I added it all up. That's $1.2 million for me. Hell no. Can I create a form? I asked Sacramento, California. Could I create a form that does not exist or could or whatever to make sure it's under the corporate umbrella? Go back. Banks have bank-owning corporations. Those are called subsidiaries. Every location has to pay a franchise tax fee. Got it? Well, they get to write it off anyway. A division was born in 1985-86. So understand, I have to figure things out for myself too. I got to realize, what can I actually do? Problem, solution. And that's what I got to do, problem, solution. So today, it's like anything you're trying to do. Pay tax. I would always say pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Pay tax and invest into the Indy 500. You're allowed to. You see those cars going around the track? They're being sponsored. You get to write off the co-marketing. So if we work with the IRS's rules and tools, we could actually win. Let's see. I want to pay more tax or buy a Lamborghini. Come on. Most of you, your clients from past, you watch my Lamborghinis and Ferraris at the Bonaventure, the Long Beach Marriott, and everything else. They're not mine. Anyway, they belong to the corporation. I'm one of those guys that's not full of shit. My book years ago, it says bullshit didn't pay the bills. Because there's a lot of bullshit out there. This is my opinion. So pay tax or what? It's simple. Buy a Lamborghini. It's a marketing tool. It's a marketing tool. So again, if I'm going to help market a program or a coach or whatever I'm going to be, or to teach and preach, whatever, I got to have a Lamborghini. See, success shows success. Unfortunately, there's a lot of phonies out there, but that's okay too. What do? Or we get a spaceship. Pay tax or get a spaceship. Does that sound like Elon Musk? I think so. So what do we get to do? Or have a nonprofit. See, I learned nonprofit when I was a kid. That was my first corporation called Helping Hand Industries. I would rather create 1,000 jobs and change the world than pay more tax. But I like to teach you the rules and tools not to do something wrong. It's not tax evasion or tax avoidance, it's tax planning. So I wrote the book about tax planning. Today, let's think. And all the social media out there, I love the fact that my clients, a lot of them are clients, helping me help you and understand how to do things. But there's some tweaking they need to do. All right? I get frustrated with my own client talking the wrong way. I've got to bite my tongue because I don't want to put them down because they're trying to help you a little bit. But there's still a lot of BS out there. BS stands for bullshit if you don't know that. It's very simple. Credit repair, it's a fraud. It's against federal law. And I'll show you that. Oh, until you do this, stop. All right? Got one out there, you can't even talk straight. What are you going to do? A couple of mistakes. Let's understand something. The mistakes. Okay, we got to look at this. Saying I'm rich. I'm rich. See, I talk to people who work for the government all the time. Okay, because I got drugged into a government program as a kid. Very simple. So what do? Their corporations might be rich, but the more they say they're rich, the IRS is watching. They're not rich. So please don't make the same mistake they do. Please. The IRS is watching every time someone says they're rich. All right, I believe in the next 12 months, a lot of the people say they're rich, they're going to be indicted. When you say you're rich, you just pierced your veil, shut your mouth, shut up. But they keep saying, I'm rich. When the IRS indicts them, and a couple have been indicted before anyway, guess what's going to happen? So learn from their mistake. They're not rich. Their corporations are rich. Got it? When we watch the Kennedys, the Hiltons, the Firestones, the Gettys, and the Fords, they left a legacy to their children. When I build you up to millionaire status, your son, daughter, through irrevocable trust, will replace you as officer the day you die. So no one can take your shit. Ever. Because it belongs to irrevocable trust. If you don't learn to protect your ass, there's your problem. I got hired by, the attorneys. See, I'm $25,000 a day and $3,000 an hour for the last 45 years. All right, you've heard of Samsung, right, before? I got hired by one of their attorneys, and they hired a bunch of experts to ask opinions. And I was hired, so what's the question? I'm listening to these other experts. The question they gave me is, how do you leave something to a person, without being taxed and getting all screwed up? I said, you don't. That'd be stupid. Who would leave anything to people? See, they had $26 trillion. Who's really the richest person on the planet? Because it's sure in the hell not Elon Musk, as you think it is. It's not true. I can prove it. But that's beside the point. So understand something, okay? What you do in this empire is you make your son or daughter an officer to replace you when you're dead. When you never change hands on anything, nothing's taxed. They didn't listen to me. At least Mattel did in the 70s and 80s. At least Toll Brothers did. At least Disney did. Okay, but they didn't listen to me. $100 billion art collection went to the country. $10.8 billion in inheritance tax. And their son was so stupid he lied and got indicted and had to serve 5 years in prison. Called stupid. Don't make the mistake you're rich or what they did. Because the goal is to learn how to talk and walk. Today, I want you to think irrevocable trust. Irrevocable trust. I want you to think UCC1. UCC1. Write it down, please. A house has a deed of trust. A car has a pink slip. The assets and the widgets all over here have UCC1s. So it's like anything else. We have to learn to play the game to win. I made a mistake. Yeah, I make mistakes too, like everyone else. I gave my beautiful wife a cassette, black cassette, and a letter. And I said, if I ever die, this is the 5 people you talk to. Watch the cassette and basically read the letter. Hardest thing I ever created. My mistake is I didn't make sure she understood that enough. Even though I used to say it all the time. When a tax attorney tricks someone to sign a POA, power of attorney, and they sign away your $3.7 million of shit, where you're going to come, it's like an oh shit day. So now we know. Everything's owned by a corporation, controlled by irrevocable trust. See, I want you to plan the problem. I want you to say you're going to die today, and if you did, everything's protected. Hopefully you get 50 more years. But again, I'm just going to tell you the truth. You have nobody on this planet, online or in person, for 6 days a week for 49 years besides me. And you haven't showed up, that's your own damn problem. You should have showed up a long time ago. But I'll tell you the truth. So today, we have to realize a couple things we all go through. Never sit like a duck. That's what you usually do. Oh shit, I lost my job. I can't tell my wife. What about my kids? So you keep it a secret. You got an oh in your head. Next week, you find another job. Oh shit. Oh shit day, oh shit week. 9 months later, 8 months later, well, oh shit. I can't pay the house payment, the car. What do I got to do? Your problem has been you the whole time. You're running out of time. You're running out of time. Can you imagine? I have a summit coming up in a week. Everybody getting a blueprint loan that I'm working on, all right, they're supposed to be at the summit Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got a couple people, I got other things I already planned. Change your damn plan, get your ass to the summit, because guess what? You're going to be in the bottom of the list next. You're not going to count. You're going to be number 25, 50, 100. I'm doing this for you, and you don't have time to show up. These people are just screwing it up again. This is not to do it as a convenient. This is to get off your assets and go get it. But again, that's simple. They don't show up to the summit Friday and Saturday, then they're going to be on the bottom of the list. I mean, I got no motivation to get them out of that escrow right away, do I? See, they don't know how to be a puppet master. I don't want you to really be an entrepreneur in the beginning, because I think you suck at it. Sorry. I think you suck at it. I don't think you know what you're doing. So I'd like to just hand you auto income to free up your time. You can figure it out. What do we get to do? Let's see. We take all the credit we have those shit day, we increase the limits, of course. We're going to need more. We have to analyze our credit. Can you imagine today if we turned around today and we were basically playing the game to win? The ultimate game is to play to win. I've been analyzing people's credit for 50 friggin' years. That's an investigation sheet. So again, I need you to understand what you need to do. We work together on this. I've been teaching and preaching this for 49 years. I don't care if you have a 635, I'll get you an 828. Every dashboard has a line that goes up and down called a heartbeat. Let's understand something. I'm the one who invented the heartbeat. I did. In the 80s and 70s, part of that, 70s and training Auburn 80s and part of the 90s. See, it all becomes into the oldest card and the utilization of a card. That's what it's all about. The utilization of a card. So this means very simple. If we were going to use common sense, I like to sell it in a bottle for $1 million if you want to buy it. Every card has a sticky on it. We got to dummy proof this. It's 50,000, okay? I'd like to get you 2 of those. Now I'd like to give you the 8 to 10 cards. 8 to 10 cards, okay? So understand what this means. If we have a card that's $10,000, let's go shopping, buy some dinner, stop it. It's 29% utilization. I wrote the rules and tools. If you take it past 30%, you drop your score, got stuck, couldn't get any more. There's your problem. You control the up and down show. You do. They didn't teach you, but they should have. I've been trying to teach everybody I could all my life. So what do? These cards don't fluctuate, these do. All cards fluctuate. So when you have an oh shit day, what do? We use these cards. Their paid over time limit is $100,000. It'll get you through that year of oh shit. Got it so far? As long as you maintain the payment, your score never drops. See, I'm the solution guy when there was a problem. Or even for your government, by the way, and your credit bureaus. So what do we need to do? Analyzation. 100,000 of credit, okay. Now the next thing is we got to cut out the crap. When Linda came to me in 1986, 39 years ago, she spent $2,000. All right, $2,000. It was 26 bucks a month. See, what you piss away every day, you could refinance your life. But your problem, you have to learn how to play the game to win. It's up to you again and again. Corporation's a legal person. Here's the problem. You hear all this stuff out there, blah, blah, blah. A corporation should be a management company. Management. Managing divisions. I invented divisions 85, 86. All right, why a division? Because your name's not on the form. You can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and bankrupt a piece and keep the other pieces. You can act like the banks and grocery stores do a better job than they do. But it's up to you again. I got to get you 100,000 in credit. Maybe these, maybe some of these. Okay? Lines of credit, checkbook. I call it checkbook money. So it's like when I invested in my first storage unit. Okay, let's understand. Today, you drive down the main street where you ever live, whatever state it is, and you see a storage unit, a laundromat, car wash, a Wendy's restaurant, and a Jack in the Box. What the hell do? You don't even pay attention. You didn't realize you're driving by your opportunity. I saw it as a kid when I studied magazines. Simple. So when I got $17,350 a month for my storage unit, and Robert Soltis, LA School Board, my ex-father-in-law, he got his cut too. A corporation absorbs the money, no taxes due to you're profitable, and then you get a paycheck. Yes, I want you to get a paycheck. You see, the more you try to circumvent the IRS, the more they're going to kick your assets. But I understand that. So what do? This corporation structure, no matter what you got, you're going to have an S corp, because I said so. You're going to take your LLP, LLC, and basically C turn into S. S stands for single filing. You and the corporation is like husband and wife filing joint or separate. Got it? You get all the write-offs. When you get a paycheck, it's taxed. Luckily, on your house that I'm going to help you go get if you don't have one, for 24 years, it's interest. You don't pay off the house for the last 6 years anyway. So if we turn around and offset the taxes because of our house payment, got it so far? We break even. Based on the what utilization, based on the volume of money, we'll change strategies. Profit zone, we'll have a parent company, an LLC in Nevada. Not until then, because I said so. So understand, before you screw up again, why don't you fire yourself and hire me? Or hire yourself and quit screwing up. Sorry. I don't think you're happy 100%. I believe you live life, take over. Got a wife, kids, whatever happened, you just had to survive. Got the job. That's not what I want to do, but I'll do it later. What happened? You put you aside. You put you aside. Everything became for the spouse or the kids or something else. And you're still trying to go get it. At the same time, you're trying to keep peace. For a man, you have to bite your tongue a little longer and shut up. A woman's a tape recorder. I wrote a book called Bite Your Tongue a Little Longer. Had to add another couple chapters to it. I got $5 and a wife. I had to train them too. Yes, I trained my wife. No, she'll say she trained me. Or I'm still in training. Okay. But the reality is simple. I'm the father, I'm the husband, and I run my house. I'm in charge of my family, period. My wife knows that. I'm her cheerleader. As long as I cheer her on, she'll always take care of me. That's how it works. So understand, we kind of own each other, but we love each other. We respect each other. I won't do what you do. Honey, let's start a business, my friends and family. Let's go jack it up. Let's drop the score, get stuck, can't get any more. Let's bring the pain home to you and me and hock the house and be stupid. Why the hell did you do it your way? Your way sucks. You should have had a division of you. Roll the dice, give it a hell of a try. Can't do it. Disconnect, isolate, in court, bankrupt to peace, go get another piece. See, your problem is you, your lack of knowledge. You bring the damn pain home. Why don't you knock it off for a while, okay? But again, plan the problem. First thing I always do is I plan the problem. First thing you do is, oh, it's going to work, honey, it's going to work. You convince each other. You're lying to each other. We all have old shit days, weeks, months, and years, no matter what. You got to be strong enough to get through it, fight through the pain. All I can tell you is the NACB certified me. Simple. The number one consult worldwide. That's okay. That's the National Associated Credit Bureaus of America. When I developed and wrote the rules for Ken Yarbrough, he put it in place, 10 to 29% is green on all cards and all dashboards. 30 is yellow, 50 is red. I created it. And if you can learn to master the rules and tools, you're going to go, shit, hijacked the wrong card. I should listen to Ray. Well, you'll be saying that every day from now on, too. You got to balance your score to get more. See, everybody you're trying to get your credit, these credit repair companies, whatever they do, good or bad, I don't care. At the end of the day, it's repaired, goody. You're going to screw it up 10 more times in the next 10 years. If you don't put rules and tools in place, you will always screw it up. You have choices. All cards fluctuate. All cards but two. If you could get that down here and understand, if you allow me, I'll get you 100,000 American Express cards. I'll get it through each division, every corporation. And would you like employee cards too? Simple. You see, when you understand how to play the game, and I'm an affiliate too, and I got them to do a PO time on all American Express cards 18 years ago. Very simple. And I'm the guy that could put all the applications for cash credit in the United States of America Incorporated. They got the division process on the apps for 18 years now, if you'd pay attention. But again, 750, why would you ever let your score drop? Why would you even have shitty credit if you would use the wrong damn card in the first place, or the right one? You did it to you. Congratulations. Now, what bothers me is the Federal Trade Commission says credit repair is a scam. They're not allowed to collect money up front, but they're all over the place. I'm going to do this and this time. Oh, my goodness. Okay? I don't get it. Okay? If you want to hire a liar, because that's what they have to do for repair your credit. And if they're going to talk about prove it or remove it, hell, I wrote the rules on that. I did. Credit Repair Act. Okay? Right there. Credit repair is classified as a fraud, felony, Federal Trade Commission. Period. They've indicted Daniel from Credit Repair Cloud, Chickmunk Face as well, and they're going to go after those three ladies right now on TikTok. Sorry. They're going to go after them. I saw them on the list. Wait till that happens. Why don't you do what you can do best and understand, like one of the clients out there, he's saying, I'm a coach. Let me show you what you can do. He's been my client for 30 years. Why don't you take the same book he uses, called Winning the Credit Game, Scan it, take a picture, and download it today for free. I put it out there 35 years ago for everybody. See, I really want to change the world. So I'll give you everything I can for free. But then I want you to understand something. The goal is to win the game of business at the end of the day. What do? See, because you don't have the debt crisis intervention. You have no idea about debt crisis intervention. What does this mean? The Fair Debt Collections Practices Act. Do you understand credit bureaus, TRW Spear in Equifax? CBA Equifax years ago used to say, right, consumer credit counseling, debt consolidation, that was my company. I've been around a long time. So I want you to get a copy of the Debt Collections Practices Act, what you're allowed to really do. There's no secret out there. They keep when there's a secret. That's BS. Now, I'm endorsing a company called Analytical 750. Why? Because they do what needs to be done. I love it. They actually have Experian on their dashboard. Why do I want Experian? Your banks use Experian. Your banks use Experian. Chase is going to give you up to 22 months with no interest for personal and business cards. Hell, that's free money. So I need Experian.com. I need Analytical. Take a picture. Sign up today. Now, they're going to analyze you free the first time. They're going to charge you $25 a month. Then they're going to call you. They're going to tell you what to do so there's no guessing anymore. No guessing at all. Then they're basically going to set it up to the fact, and every 46 days call you again and again and bug the heck out of you. When you get to 750, you're going to make sure you stay there. Got it? Now what happens next for business? They're setting up the Dun & Bradstreet, the Experian, the TransUnion, and Equifax. The business reports. See, you've needed an app to hold your hand both ways, personal and business, all along. This Credit Karma thing should be fired. Hell, they were indicted 6 times. They have no funding to help you. Okay, they don't have Experian.com. So guess what we get to do? Scan it, take a picture, sign up today. But again, we call it Ray's Way of Life. It's very simple. What happened? I wanted to write books for dummies. For dummies. That's what I wanted to call it, books for dummies. Because see, I do something new, I feel stupid. I really do. If I don't master what I do, I don't feel comfortable. It's like, as a kid, I met, Chuck Smith, Greg Laurie, all these other people, Calvary Chapel and all these other things, and focus on the family and bounce around trying to find out word about God. All I knew for me is when I don't understand something, I feel frustrated. So I wanted to know more and more and more. So I studied the Bible, I read it 2.5 times, and I became a licensed pastor in California. My daughter Katie got hurt in gymnastics. What did I do? They're talking to the therapist. They're talking to the chiropractor. I studied, became a chiropractor. See, everything that I don't understand, I have to master. It frustrates the hell out of me. I don't like to feel stupid and be frustrated. It's like the books for dummies. It became the Millionaire's Founders Kit. A book for every month for 12 months. At the end of the 12 months, you have 1,000 steps, rules, and tools, and you have the foundation of a millionaire corporation. When I put it out there 35 years ago, Ray, the world's not ready for you. Too bad. That was produced 35 years ago. See, I was at the Bonavent for 32 years every Wednesday night, being the 2nd largest advertiser in California. You see, when I had to remind Tony, I own the rights of the blueprint of success. Stop using it. Again, the goal is to repackage you like Humpty Dumpty. I'm sorry they didn't teach you what you needed to know and you brought the pain home and screwed up your credit. But if we rebuild it the right way, you'll be on track to 750 score and more. Here's chapter 18. Now, I'm a kid. Mrs. Hope dropped me off at the pier every morning at 6:30 in the morning. I was 3 years old the first time until 9 years old. She always rolled down the window. Her eyes went red. If you're not here at 5 o'clock, I'll leave you there to die. She was the devil, at least his wife. I ran over to the pier. I ate out of a trash can. I was hungry. I was cold. Who leaves a 3.5-year-old kid at the damn pier at 6:30 in the morning? She did. I see Marina Del Rey, Torrance Rocks, Palos Verdes, and Rat Beach. Ate out of a trash can and got caught stealing off the pier. He grabbed my hand so hard I was going to throw me overboard off the pier. Boy! Take out the trash or I'll call the police. He said it 3 times. What should I do? What do you think? I became a boy till I was 9.5 years old and cleaned the chum bucket. Take out the trash. Go clean the horse and cow, you know what. But I gathered magazines. I was a piece of shit in the corner Mrs. Hope told everybody about with that poker game every time. She had a poker game every Wednesday night. Don't talk to that piece of shit over there. Thank you. So let's understand what I heard one night. I heard a corporation's a legal person. It's right there. I was 7.5. Next day, I can't wait to get to the library. See, I'm listening. I taught myself how to read 2.5 years old. I'm talking like I'm 10 or 20, 30 years old, even when I'm 12, having a beard anyway. What do I do? Simple. I went to the library next to the Torrance Police Department. Man, what does this mean? She was rude. She walked away like I was wasting her time. 5 minutes later, here's a mock face, here's a book. I got the book. See, I was lucky when I lived on Delane Street in Torrance. Nice lady, her name was Joanne. Joanne's biggest problem every weekend, he had to go chase for the husband. He said he was at work, and he was cheating. He was a piece of shit, in my opinion. But again, what did Joanne do? She'd leave every morning at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to NASA. See, she was the engineer that wired Apollo 9, 11, 13. Everything came out of her mouth was a blueprint, a blueprint, a blueprint. So I learned the word blueprint as a kid. I'm looking for the blueprint. It says a corporation is a legal person. There wasn't once where I invented one. It says may sue or be sued, right there. I want you to focus on the bottom here. Focus, right here. Not required to file the fictitious business name. Not required. Do you see that right there? That is Business Professional Code 17983. At 9 years old, I knew that was wrong. I knew it was wrong. Something was wrong. So I sent away my $10. I sent $10 away in money order. See, corporations are free in all 50 states. I have people putting me down online all the time because I give them for free. 2 attorneys I have disbarred this year. They were lying through their teeth. All right, they're just pieces of you know what. They're practicing law and they never got it right. So understand, corporations are free. You pay a little filing fee. Sorry, you pay thousands for yours. You didn't learn to do squat anyway. So remember that. Now, Helping Hand cost me $10. I'm 9.5 years old. I get $100,000 of credit in the mail. Mrs. Hope panicked. She called Ted Turner to come back to talk to me. He was at the poker game. So was Jane Fonda. Oh, what happened? How did you do this? What do you mean, how to do this? I had to explain to Ted Turner when I'm 9.5 years old, there's 26 ways using SS4. I just thought he was stupid. Oh, well. I got the name of the movie Dave, if you check it out. I started the Orange County Blinds here at 12.5. I got named in a lawsuit because I didn't know the word Braille. I had to learn that too. The lie. When Ken Yarborough and I wrote a book in 1987 called File Segregation, all right, I didn't like it. He wanted to lie. I didn't want to lie. Ray, your divisions take 3 to 6 months. I don't care. The bank wants them to be 2 years anyway. See, I can get credit cards for you, corporate divisions, but the divisions have to be 2 years old for a line of credit. So what do? Here's the problem with the lies out there. When you sign for a car for the corporation, you pierced your veil. When you sign for the lease of a building, you pierced your veil. When you sign for the credit card, you pierced your veil. When they say I'm rich, they're just piercing their veil. I can't wait till the IRS goes gets them because they're not rich. Their corporations are rich. I'm a puppet master. I like controlling millions and billions of corporations. I don't own anything because I'm not stupid enough putting my name on it. But that's just my opinion. So when they sue the corp, they sue you. Your name is on Secretary of State's website. It's right there. You're the only voice it has. You should have had 3 divisions of you, which you could have had 3 chances to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. Give it up. Save the air for someone else who wants to care and give a damn and go get it. That's just my opinion. A corporation should allow 4 things. That's it. I want the corporation to do 4 things. That's it. That's all I want you to think about. What does that mean? Corporations don't pay tax till they make what? A profit. All right, buffer's tax, corporate credit. This is all a write-off. Who do you think's been teaching all the people out there? Donald Duck? No, it's been me. Corporate credit's a write-off, interest rate and credit card. The car is fleet price. And you stay at the hotel, get a free buffet. That's it. Free buffet. A division gives us a line of defense. I learned something when I was a little boy. It was called the defensive circle. Okay, and I turned it into something and we nicknamed it when I was at this karate studio. See, the circle is if someone gets in front of you. We learned one thing. It's hug, kiss, or step back and kill. Hug, kiss, or kill. That's self-defense because you use it if you have to. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price. Each division has its own credit file. The corporation has babies. We get 2 of these, so we get 9 more. Let's get 99 more. See, your problem is your lack of knowledge knowing how to play the game. Real estate, it separates liability. See, you're going to have a shitty location. You're going to have a shitty tenant. Like the Dodger player I had, who made $100 million a year, still never paid on time. He was just a turd. If we create a line of defense, you could act like the banks. When they get rid of a bad piece, they keep the assets and write off their taxes. Your problem is the way you're set up. Your structure is not there yet. It will be when I'm done with you, if you allow me to. The corporate umbrella. Now, if you want, there's a way to get a free corporation tonight. It's right there. Take a picture. I would love to tell the world corporations are free. I've been trying for 49 years. They're free. You pay a little filing fee. That nonprofit today is $30 in California, $100 for profit. And I'm online 6 days a week, so you won't learn a lot. You'll learn a hell of a lot. You don't have to worry about diddly squat anymore. That's what you learned before. But it's up to you. Look at these classes. Come on, look. I do 6 classes every Saturday. I used to do them every Friday. I'm online 6 days a week for free. And you don't show up, that's called stupid. I'm sorry to say, but I believe it to be true. If you want to play. The division class is this Saturday, 9 o'clock. Divisions and subdivisions. I charge $1,000 for the class. Today, if you take a picture right there, and you allow me to text you or send you a link to an email, it's very simple, all right, I'll give you the class for free. If you don't, then you missed out. Simple. You just have to text the word yes. Yes, yes, yes. There you go. But it's up to you. So now, when I partner with you, let's say you want to be an entrepreneur, that's about 30% of the people. I'm going to help you get to million to billion, no problem at all. $30,000, I give you $300,000 in credit. That's a year of coaching with me every 3 weeks. If I partner with you, it's a little different. I need your foundation done correctly. Got it so far? So what do we get to do? Well, first of all, I want you to be on the phone with me every 3 weeks. Then you have to go to the summit in the boot camp. $100,000 of personal credit, $100,000 of business. That's what we need. That'll turn into $1 million for the corporation. From here, we need 25 subdivisions. We need literally a blueprint call. That's me with an hour, you and your partner of life. And we need to be on that phone every 3 weeks. And then you're stuck with me. See, I'm giving you the list that you need to do through your next step. I don't want you to think. I don't want you to think at all. Just do what I tell you to do. Those goodies are $45,000. There you go. So it's simple. $45,000. If you did it tonight, during the broadcast only, it's $20,000. You get all those goodies for 20 grand. And you get to say $25,000, you're stuck with me. It's up to you. If you don't need the goodies, it's simple. Okay? I want you to go to the summit. Summit is 3 days. Okay? We call it a summit. I call it a boot camp. Very simple. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, in person or online. You did that tonight, you get it for free. You don't do it tonight, you don't get it for free. If you turned around today and don't want all the goodies, simple, it's 10 grand. If you paid in full during the webinar now, you get the summit for free. Don't do it now, that means you're going to pay a fee for the summit, period. I'm the only one who can give it away. It's my summit, and I want to cry if I want to. It's my summit. My rules, my tools. So 1,000 steps, rules, and tools, pretty simple. So it's August 29th, 30th, 31st. If you're getting a blueprint loan with me right now, you want to be on the bottom of the list, don't show up and be online. This is time to get to be a puppet master. We're getting ready to run. But again, if you want to be last, that's up to you. Simple. What do we get to do? Get you ready for escrow. So what happens is very simple. You want to take a picture, pay later. You can pay a little bit more, no problem. It's 1,000 steps of foundation and structure. That's very important. From here, it's the Millionaire's Founders Kit, which I sold at the Bonavitcher for 32 years, being the second largest advertiser in California. It's just the truth. Isn't it fun? I like the truth. So there's my oh shit day. Can you imagine? I got 3.7 billion of structure. My wife, beautiful wife, wants to take out one of the yachts the night before to watch the fireworks. 72 people, it's the middle yacht, no problem, why not? Next day, I can't move, I'm in a coma. She thinks I'm dead, but my heart's breathing, chest going up and down. You must be alive. She calls Ron at my office, district manager. Ron, instead of showing up, he takes the U-Haul truck to steal my books and inventory. Tom sells my website to a porn site. See, I got 50 million people in my database. I got the #1 infomercial in the world. All right, doing radio shows and TV shows, Judge, McIlvain, David Horowitz, even, Carlton Sheets. That was fun too. But then basically George, all right, in the past as well, we get to play. So what do we get to do? It's called the Blueprint of Success. I had the most shit day. It's terrible. So guess what I got to do? I get to rebuild it again and again. You want to go for the 3 days? It's simple. It's $50,000 in credit for you. It's $5,000. You don't want any credit? It's $2,000. Stay online. Have a pizza party. So that's what you get to do. But it's up to you again. I think you need to show up. If you do partner with me tonight, it's free. So what do we get to do? I'm a firm believer in Zelle because I like to say that 5% on a credit card. But if you need to call someone at the office, 800-254-9506, there you go. They will charge you 5% more, by the way. Now, here's something I need you to think about. Are you building credit to your house? Do you have a UPS store? All right, or you have a shared office space? Half the time, shared office space does not work for credit, and UPS store never works. So if you need a real address, let me know. I'm going to lease you 12 feet. That's the rules, 12 feet. So that way it's really your own office. It's 12 feet. Is that okay? So now you can use my address because I leased you 12 feet. Scan it. Sign up for that too. I got a solution for every problem you might have today. But again, it's up to you. Danny's a nice client. We've been partnering since the 80s. We bought a 64-unit apartment complex. We bought it as a division, not the corp. I guaranteed it as a division. And then I had basically 64 other divisions so I can turn the tenants into be the bank. See, I created a form in the 70s and 80s called assignment of mortgage. Assignment of mortgage. Is that okay? If we can become the bank? So if you want a division, you want 1, 3, or what, you need 18, by the way. 9 for 9 lines of credit. 9 for 9 locations. That's $100,000 a month, by the way. Would that be okay if I get you $100,000 a month? But again, what do? So 9 is 18, 18 is 36, 36 is 72. When I put in my books over 35 years ago is this. Here's a corp, here's a division, here's subdivisions. That helped me build up to 16 million just on those divisions. Subdivisions, we get to play. Now remember, all cards fluctuate, but these do not. So again, let me build them for you. Get your $100,000 paid over time. Very simple. The goal is to not bring the pain home. Now, American Express, I think, is nuts like Navy and SoFi sometimes. You see, Navy is going to help you, and I'll help you line up to get a credit card or a line of credit. You wouldn't have a shitty score. But you have to have somebody who was in military or you. Very simple. Thank you for your service. It was you or whoever you know. Now, they're offering 99 more cards. That's ridiculous. That's $100 million if you did it my way. So manageable debt, $100,000 of personal, $100,000 of business, up to $1 million, and then we're going to leverage money. That's the way it works. Just like the banks do, they leverage money. If we take the borrow money's not taxable, this stack, or maybe the big stack over here, and maybe these cards here, I got 62 million of that. Isn't that fun? Borrow money's not taxable. We could buy the fourplex of your apartment complex. We can buy the Jack in the Box, the Wendy's. See, you drive by this every day. You didn't look at that was your opportunity. I would love to get you auto income up to $100,000 a month. Then you can decide to be an entrepreneur, because most entrepreneurs fail in the first 3 years. But again, what do we have to do? My problem in the late 70s and part of the 80s is I had $53 million of credit cards. In 87, I'm panicking. They're shrinking my limits. What am I going to do? Library time, C191D, simple what I do. I loaned out money privately. All right, 4.6 million. That became 190,000 a month. The notes behind that were $1.1 billion, by the way. That's when I was working with, Russ Dalby. He had the notes in the toolbox for notes in that info commercial. Who do you think was helping these people? Donald Duck? So we get to play. So let's understand something. You need Dun & Bradstreet as well. Take a picture. Analytical will help you set it up. So that's supply and vendor credit. That's the goal from there too. So what do? A division. When I set up the dashboard in 1987, this is an instant credit report of Experian, Chadju, and Equifax under tax ID. And I have to add just 2,000 of history. I don't need tax ID for divisions until I daisy chain the credit. All right, understand that? So if I want a division, it's $1,000, tax ID and history. It's not this trade line crap because that's a fraud. So 3, 9, and 12. Take your picture. This is with or without credit. The office will do this for you anytime. 3 divisions, $9.99, no problem, no credit. Okay. Me, I'm going to double the numbers for you if you did it during the webinar. 3 is 6, 9 is 18, and 12 is 24. At no extra cost. It was done during the webinar. Now, Do you want to be a millionaire? Please say no, please. I don't want you to be a millionaire. I don't want you to say you're rich. The IRS is watching and listening. It comes serious listening. Okay? All right? They're all listening. Do you understand? The more you say it, the more they're going to come get you. So I don't want you to be rich or a millionaire. I want your corporation to be rich. Is that okay? 9 divisions, 9 locations. 9 locations. That becomes up to $1 million of what? Business, if not more. And on top of that, that's $100,000 a month income. Auto income. Is that okay? We do it my way for a while. I love the fact that my clients are out there all over the place. I love that fact they're trying to help people, but sometimes I'm confused. It really kind of upsets me when I hear I'm rich. That really bothers me. You see, the problem is credit repair is a fraud, as I showed you the law. And they say they're rich, they're not rich. Their corporations might be rich. I saw the list, and I believe there's going to be an indictment coming out to these people saying I'm rich. I would love them to, shh, corporations rich or not. You're piercing your own veil. I'd like you to think about a division for your son and daughter. Why don't we train our children to do the right thing from now on? I don't think people train their children enough, in my opinion. How about your grandkids, grandson or granddaughter? Why don't we start them out right? A division process. Let's make sure they know how to take over the goodies after we're gone. $100,000 of credit to you. Office is going to give you a discount. It's $8,000, no problem. Okay, say $2,000. If you did it with me, it's $7,000. You save basically more. All right, it's very simple to do it today. It's a discount during the webinar. All right, again, because you need $100,000 for personal and business. So if we do this, if you Zelled it, it's a 10% discount. From there, that $100,000 for the business, we need that as well. So if we just double the numbers, it's $14,000. But again, why don't we do this? Why don't we do basically $200,000 for $9 grand? $100,000 you in the corporation, if you Zell, you save 10%. See, that way you get your foundation. At least you start somewhere. It's a Zell, you call the office, you get a lower limit. It's up to you. 800-254-9506. If we're going to basically repackage ourselves like Humpty Dumpty, remember, my corporation years ago was repackaged in America. Only America I gave to Don King for his movie and his book. And incorporating you, the ability to play the game to win. This man says he's homeless. First of all, he's strong enough and healthy enough to get a job. I'll hire him right now. If he was actually homeless, that makes no sense. Because he said he lost his job. That means he has a house or place with his kids. Okay. Drive an Uber, drive Lyft, DoorDash, have a garage sale. I had 12 of them when I came from Macomb in 2011. I got it basically fined 3 times. Go to the church for the food. Show up here, I'll give you a job. He's making $210 a day, just putting that sign out there. When I was a kid, they were called hobos. You help the ones that need help. The other ones, you get their asses to work. He needs to go get a job. But again, it's up to you to understand, because me, I came from being homeless, didn't have a trash can. There's my oh shit day. Luckily, I took my own advice. I have 3 divisions of me. I have 5 closet divisions. Came out of coma in 2011. I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. 6 weeks. I bought my wife our next dream house. Happy wife, happy life. All right, she'll turn it into a home, and then she'll leave me alone, so I'll go kill it some more too. It's simple. We have a choice today. You could have made $1,000 tonight because you could have referred people to me. You could register your referrals. Our system will say, would you like a Zelle or a check or store credit? Click, take a picture. Simple. That way you get some money. So I like my specialty classes. All right, division classes on Saturday. You might want to be there. It's $1,000 when you call the office. If you say I can text you or email you, I'll give it to you for free. It's up to you. Now, for me, as a kid, it was always simple. The grown-ups and wanted, how you doing, little boy? They knew I was being used and abused, and they didn't give a shit. And nobody cared. That's just the way it was. My response to everybody is the same as it is today. Always good. Always good. I keep my peace. No one steals my peace. And I say to myself, thank you, Jesus. If you learned something today or in the past from me, take a picture and please put a review under Google for me. That's how you can say thank you. If you don't like me, leave me alone. Simple. Okay? See, now everybody likes me and everybody likes you. That's how it works. So if we play this game to win, I want you to be a puppet master. What does this mean? What is a puppet master? It is someone that I get to train, tell them what to do, and get them auto income. Auto income. Linda, simple. All right, Hyatt Hotel, Texas. Converts it to a Blueprint Apartments. She named it after the Blueprint Apartments. Wonder why. Linda, you can take that picture right here. She'll tell you I made her millionaire 5 times. Simple. As we play this game, it's a $27 million project. Would you like one of those? But I can hold your hand and do most of the work for you anyway. Here are 2 of the 21 car collections. Here are 2 of the buildings out of the $2.2 billion in real estate at the time. What do I have? 1,013 divisions. I'm afraid someone's going to slip, fall, and sue me and screw me up. I want to protect my assets. Boring and steady of what I've been saying and preaching and teaching for 49 years. Today, I want you to get out your cell phone. I want you to take a picture. I would love for you to allow me to get you to auto income, $5,000, $10,000, $100,000, $2 million a month, because that's our game plan. Don't worry, I've been coaching clients for the last 40 years, and I got their generation again and again. So take a picture, print it, color, laminate it, screen save it. Okay, put it in your refrigerator, your desk at work. That's your goal. That should have been your goal since day one. I don't know why you want to be an entrepreneur, and the first thing should be auto income to pay your bills to free up your time. What I put in my book 49 years ago. To partner with me, you decide how much you want to put in an escrow. I'll build you the 100,000. You'll decide how much you want. You get to design it that way. I will not take money in an escrow. You give it to escrow. I'm not one of those guys, give me all the money, let me invest for you. No, no, no. This is not a 401k, which is a crap, or invest, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be, you own a piece. You own a piece, okay? Would you like 25%, 50, or 75? I have to blueprint everybody. Why? I need to know the past, present, and future, good, bad, and ugly. I need to know if you screwed up American Express or Chase, you have a tax lien or a bankruptcy. I need to know if you have a family, you have a corporation, divisions, if you have irrevocable trust. I'm going to teach you how to plan to die, plan to live, and make sure your family takes over your legacy. Cars, division. Houses, trust. Auto income. Cash flow for your time. My blueprint call runs $2,000 with you and your partner of life. If you did it during the webinar now, it's $9.99, you get a discount. That's how it works. But again, what are we trying to do? We're trying to get past go. So let's understand something. If you sell that, you get to say 10%. Always trying to motivate you now. That's the goal. If you partner with me, that blueprint call becomes free. The ultimate goal. 84, it scared the crap out of me in 1984. The form said husband and wife and partner. Remember 17983 I showed you earlier on chapter 18? Public record, not here to be CPA and attorney. They gave me an option, Sacramento, create a form or modify one. I connected the dots. This form's been modified 5 times now. Your corporation division will be number 4A. One of my corporations will be number 4. If we need more people in a project, we're going to get more people. For instance, this is a $2.1 million project right here. Okay, we need 400,000, so we need 4 people. All right, each person is going to get 8,000 to 10,000 a month. Is that okay? Corporation absorbs the money, no tax due to you're profitable. You receiving money as a person is kind of dumb. Corporations get to win and not pay much tax anyway. But my division is going to be number 4. If I needed A, B, and C, we'll do that as well. You see, we get to partner up. My problem in the 80s, I had more escrows than people. So I realized if I take my clients, make them my soldiers, we get to play the game. And they just get to do what I tell them to do. Isn't that terrible? I'm going to tell you what to do. You're going to follow through and get up to 10,000 a month. And if I do it again and again, up to 100,000. I'm going to give you everything you've looked for your whole damn life. You've been trying this whole life. See, the problem with you've had yesterday and the day before is a rerun. That's what you've been doing. Sorry to say, but it's true. So if you partner with me, every 3 weeks we're on the phone, 200,000 credits, subdivisions, blueprint call, all the goodies, $45,000. If you did it with the specialist, no problem. You do it with me tonight, it's 20 grand. You say 25,000. And you get to go to the summit for free if you did it tonight. If you don't want the goodies, it's 10 grand. And if you pay tonight, you get to go to the summit for free. Simple. If you don't, then you get to pay for it separately. It's how it works. See, I give you an opportunity to save money. It's now, zell. My office gives me a bad time because I've been saying that for years. But it's just true. So the 1,000 Steps, Rules, and Tools, August 29th, 30th, 31st. If I'm building your blueprint call, you better have your butt online. If not, you're going to be on the lowest of the list. Sorry. It's the way it works. We've been advertising this summit for over a month and a half. It's time to make sure you understand what your priorities are. Simple. Summit. $50,000 of credit, and I'll charge you $5,000 to get the summit for free. You don't want the credit? Simple. $2,000, you have a pizza party at home. If you partner with me, it becomes free. If you did it at the same time. The goal is very simple. I'm the only one to give my summit away for free. So it's a Zelle, or you call the office right now before they close at 5 o'clock, 800-254-9506. Use the card, it's 5% more. Now, the goal for me was Repackage in America became, in working together with the Reynolds University, 2001. My building is one technology driver event spectrum at the time, 22,000 square feet building. You'd walk in, if you got past Betty, she'd get you the back room. Here's an office of B of A, Wells Fargo, US Bank, and even my franchise room, and ADP. They were at the workshops with me too. Telling people an open bank comes from my office. It's kind of fun. So if we do this correctly, we get to win. This man is a client of mine, Shy-Tail Glover. He's been a client for 35 years. This man is the most awarded black man on this planet for entrepreneurship. I've been endorsing him since day one. Okay, I help him every week. So understand something, okay? He changed his life, he's changing others' lives. It's your time to change your life too, if you want to. The goal is if you need coaching for your business to be an entrepreneur, then we're gonna customize a 3, 6 months, or 12 months program. Usually $30,000 and $300,000 in credit for you. Next thing from here, if you allow me to do what I do best, I'm gonna get you entrepreneurship. No, I'm gonna get you auto income. I want you to look behind the curtain every time. My problem with the people when I was a kid, the grown-ups, don't put all your eggs in one basket, you know, man. How do you do that? We do know. All there was baby. I thought the grown-ups were stupid when I was a kid. I grew up and realized they were stupid. Isn't that terrible? But again, tonight, we stay safe. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. We never forget at the end of the day. It's simple. God loves us all. So I hope tonight you get serious and you understand how to play the game and you want to play with me. The ultimate goal for all of you. If you're getting a blueprint loan, you better be on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or at least one of those days for learning to be what? A puppet master. Because I have a list of people and I've got you at the top. But again, if you don't show up, sorry, I just have to put you at the bottom. I'm getting ready to run. I want to have 10 escrows going simultaneously. That's me. My best record was 16 escrows at the same time. Let's see if I built my record as well. So have a great and blessed day. I hope you call that office right away, 800-254-9506. Never, never, never hear the word no. Always remember, all right, God loves us all.